Okay, let's go and jump to ranked games with the Reaper and see what we can do today. So we do start off with a shiny shell inside our storage coffin with a fanny pack. It's been a while since I actually started off with a Fly Garrick. Since we do random starts, we don't see this too often. And we could actually go for a Cursed Dagger type situation since we do have a dagger in our first shop. You know, I'm going to take it since it is on sale, might as well actually. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a set of healing herbs along with a lump of coal. Everything on sale, super high value. And let's roll once here. And I really do want to grab ourselves a broom. We're going to grab ourselves a broom, and I'm thinking about selling the dagger along with the lump of coal to grab this wooden sword to craft up a little bit of a shell totem action. So I'm going to sell the dagger, and I'm going to sell this too, and let's go ahead and take it. I'm not sure if I really do want to speed up a wooden sword, or stamina's not going to be able to take it anyway. So I'm thinking about just rocking on with this. I kind of want to grab ourselves this piggy bank, but this is going to be round 1. It shouldn't be terribly bad. We should be able to inflict a lot of poison with our storage coffin. Since we do have a little chipped amethyst, we double weapons, a set of healing herbs, and a Fly Garrick, except our opponents does have a lot of little flat damage. However, hell yeah, we can actually win out with 7 poison. It's not looking too bad. And with our shell totem, we're going to get a small bit of heal as well as some power stacking. Now, I did want to take the piggy bank because we couldn't get in Piggy Pinata. It's also going to give us extra monies per round. So it's going to be really, really awesome. But let's take our shiny shell. I wanted to get the garlic just in case we get Smelly Wall as well. Let's take the stone in case you want to go for some big potion explosions. And we got incredibly lucky with a leather bag. I'm thinking strongly about selling our stone to grab this banana, but we'll hold on to the stone for now. We're going to take these items in the next rounds. This should be a pretty decent round too. We should be able to get some power stacked up unless our opponent deals massive damage. And we should be able to get a little bit of heals from her. Just living long enough to take a bit of poison with her whole setup. It should be awesome. Definitely so. Now, our opponent does get items moving a little bit faster once they get into that 5 seconds, but yeah, they only got a little hero sword. We should definitely be able to outpace our opponents, especially that our broom's doing a little bit more DPS, and not too bad. So we did get Smelly Wall, which is awesome. Literally this right here, so we can inflict a bunch of poison by stacking up a bunch of blocks. So we could go for big potion explosion. It's been a while since I did a big potion explosion, so it could be a lot of fun. We did sell our dagger, so Night to Meet You, not too interested in. Or we could literally go Nourish Please, stack up our power, inflict our poison this way too. I think we're taking Smelly Wall today. Let's take our Smelly Wall, let's take our fanny pack, let's take our banana. Now, eye lamp for some skilling damage could be kind of nice too. We could craft up a Shepherd's Crook if we wanted to. But I think I'm just gonna roll. Alright, that's another garlic. We've got to take that extra garlic. And that's an extra piggy bank. We're going to be extremely greedy with our piggy banks today. Which means no banana in, but some healing herbs. And the question is, do we want to grab a Hunger Blade? I mean, our broom does inflict a bit of blinds. However, the Hunger Blade is going to be a small bit more DPS. It gives us lifesteal. We could end up going for Serpent Staff to inflict a bit more poison. We could get rid of our broom. We could just use this till we find ourselves a Darksaber or Death Sight. Because we're probably not going to go all in on Hunger Blade. I still think it's going to be worth it, because with our shell totem, it will keep us healthy so we can get our power stacked up, so it should be kind of nice. Now, Garlic's going to be giving us 8 block, which is going to be nice. It also helps stack up our poison, which is also going to be extremely nice for us. And we're being really greedy with 2 piggy banks, getting 2 extra gold per round. It's going to be a lot of value. So we can't beat this other Reaper. They're going to be scaling up a lot of damage on this torch with our relic case. But that's 13 poison, that's 4 in power, and yeah, it's looking smashing for us. Genuinely awesome. But let's see what we get. Okay, this is a crazy shop. Literally an insane shop. So we got one of the best uniques in the game, in my opinion. Stable Recombobulator to get crazy or random items. We can actually go for a completely different build with this. It could be a lot of fun. However, I tend to not use it as much as I'd really like that. We can also just go for Magic Staff. We could take our storage. We could take the Stable Recombobulator, offer up our broom along with our shell totem and our mana orb. As mad as that is. Let's see what sort of craziness we're going to get. Well, we're going to be taking it anyway. We could sell our Fly Garricks. We probably want to keep our piggy banks. We could literally get rid of all this. We want to keep our healing herbs. We could get rid of our little amethyst. That is 15 gold. That's going to be another 6 gold. 21 golds. Let's offer up the stone too. We're going for a big old gamble. We're definitely going for a big old gamble. Now, I'm not sure if this is actually going to be extremely worth it, because we're getting rid of most of our builds. But it might as well have some fun and see where this is actually going to lead. Now, we're going to get destroyed by this adventure, potentially, because they're going to stack up a lot in power. They're going to get regen for their vampirism, so yeah, they're going to have a lot of destroyability, they're going to have lots of damage, and unfortunately, your little shell totem is going to have to put in too much work. It's not going to be able to keep up with this. I mean, that's just crazy nuts. However, speaking of crazy nuts, we got ourselves a light gooberts, as well as a frozen buckler. So might as well craft up our light gooberts. So we could end up going for completely different builds. We did get our stable recombobulator, we could offer up a frozen buckler, which I'm not opposed to either. We do kind of want to grab our hunger blade. Looking at the pair of gloves, we could go for hammer cursed dagger, since we're going to have light gooberts. I think I rolled though instead. Now I'm actually going to sell this little topaz. I'm going to sell this little topaz. I did kind of want to offer it up, but we're going to take another freaking fanny pack to speed up our lightsaber as much as possible. Because I want to take more healing herbs. That way we can inflict a little bit of blinds from the get-go as well. We're going to be offering up our frozen buckler for now. So let's get going with this. Using our stable recombobulator, we'll see what I get from it. But we should start off with 8 blinds, giving us lightsaber quite a bit of damage from the get-go. It's actually going to be really awesome for this point of the game. Except it doesn't last forever. And since we don't have regen stacking, it is what it is. But again, a light goobert is going to go a long way for us. So we can inflict blinds, we can inflict poison. It should be pretty good. Potentially. Now what we're going to get. Okay, I'm at a feasting with a Walrus Tusk. Maybe not that great. Now we're definitely going to want to grab this Peasant's Flask to offer that up. That's 18 gold already, which is kind of nuts. Do we want a Wonky Snowman? We could go for Frostbite, which I'm not as interested in. Another pair of gloves, another fanny pack. I don't really want all these fanny packs. The gloves could be kind of nice. I'm going to continue to roll though. Now we could go for Bloodthorne if you wanted that as well. I think what we want is this bit of storage. And grab ourselves another garlic. Now we could keep our Amulet of Feasting because it does give us random food items. It's also going to speed up our garlics, but again, I kind of want to be offering up with our stable recombobulator. The question is, do we want to grab ourselves a Thorn Whip? Bloodthorn type action. Honestly, I think we just move on with this. We should be able to survive for quite some time with our light goober. Now our opponent does have a Turbo Shelly to cleanse some of the blinds, which is not going to be so great. But this light goober does heal us for quite a bit. With our stable recombobulator, it's going to be nice healing, but that's crazy hammer dagger action. I mean, that's 3 daggers. There's not much we can do about that. Just is what it is. And honestly, getting the right color is nuts for us. That's going to be a huge amount of lifesteal, which might sway our build direction. We could end up going for Nocturnal Lock Lifter just because it is our red color. We do need to stack up luck though, which is a bit of an issue. I want to grab you to actually offer you up 2. I kind of want to grab this to go for Darksaber. So I'm going to take this as well. And you know what? I'm actually just going to roll. Any item on sale we're going to take, we probably should grab every amulet under the sun. So I'm going to sell a stone to grab it to see what it's going to be. Amulet of Energy. Actually, we probably want to keep this amulet. Because it's going to refund some of the regen we're going to use. So yeah, I'm down for it. We probably need to grab this as well. And we are going to reserve this set of blueberries since it is on sale. But let's get moving. We're going to be offering up our Maneki Neku with our whetstone. So we really need to grab some luck with a red color. So grabbing a deck of cards is one way we get a bit of luck, but this is going to scale up our crits. And it should be pretty good. Our opponent's accuracy is going to be 60%, 90%. Spell is called Blessing of Purity. It's going to cleanse some of that blind. But can we win out? Because that is a freaking prismatic sword at this point of the game. Holy moly. Are we facing some pretty tough opponents? But we do have 9 vampirism. We've 40% crits. And it's looking super close. But unfortunately, yeah, prismatic orb at this point of the game is mad. However, we got ourselves scaling vampirism as well with our Tiger Rune. We also got a cheese, and we can get some crits with our Cursed Dagger since it is on sale. Or do we go all in on Nocturnal Lock Lifter with crazy insane amounts of healing? I mean, I kind of want to go Nocturnal Lock Lifter, I'm not going to lie. So we're going to take it. Let's take our set of blueberries, let's take our healing herbs, let's take our storage. Let's continue to roll. And that is Katana if we want that. Katana could be kind of fun. We could grab our armor to inflict a bunch of block. I think I'm just going to roll for now though. We could keep our flame. I'm going to sell it so we can grab a Sun's Capon and offer that up as well. We probably want to keep the Toad so we can just continuously offer up a bunch of items as much as possible. So yeah, let's get going with this. We're offering up 20 golds worth of items. We should be able to get quite a bit of healing with both our red collar along with Hungerblade. Actually, we're not going to get lifesteal on this just yet, but we're going to get crits, which is the main objective. And since it already gives us Vampirism, hell yeah, it's going to be worth it. And we are facing a Snow Stick, slowing us down by quite a bit, which is a little bit unfortunate. But as long as we inflict that blinds, we can stop our opponent from actually inflicting a ton of cold on us. It's not looking too bad. 23 Vampirism, big smashing damage, and hold on a second, we could actually lose this. It's looking very, very close, but amazing. It's not looking too bad. Although, we got ourselves a freaking Tusk Poker with a Chili Pepper. Let's grab our Toad. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a Corrupted Crystal. Let's roll once. We could just go all in Hunger Blades, which is possibly our best outcome. Does that mean we want to offer up our Light Goobers? Well, let's take this bit of storage. We're definitely going to want a Hunger Blade. We also probably want to grab more regen. Let's go ahead and grab ourselves a set of blueberries. And I'm thinking about offering up 42 gold worth of items. Getting rid of our Corrupted Crystals I did want to buy. We're all in on big gambles today. Let's go ahead and move on with this. Let's go ahead and see if this is actually going to be pretty decent. I'm just concerned where we place our red collar, because it's not ideal where it is. I mean, I really do want it in this position so we get crits on both our weapons. So we might have to keep our Chili Pepper and offer up 38 worths of gold. Yeah, I think we're going to move on with that. 38 worth of golds versus 42. We wouldn't be able to get a Rainbow Goobert no matter what. We could hold on to our items, but I'm happy enough with just letting this go. I mean, we could offer up our Light Goobert, that's 64. Yeah, we're going to offer up our Light Gooberts. It's good and all, gives us a lot of heals, but let's go for a big old gamble today. And we are facing a turtle with a Dagger Ring who is going to be stealing our buffs, but we got so much Vampirism. That thing is going to be matter. And with a red collar away from our Nocturnal Lock Lifter, we don't get as much lifesteal from our Nocturnal Lock Lifter. So, position-wise, maybe not the best. They got tons of power, they're stealing our Vampirism, but we are stacking up luck right now. Thanks to our Toad. So we actually might want to keep our Toad. Potentially. Because it does give us our lifesteal from a red collar. And yes, not looking close. Hell yeah. You know what? I'm going to get rid of our Toad. As mad as that is, let's see what we get. Huge gamble. We got ourselves a freaking owl. We got some luck. We got ourselves a rupee egg. And we almost got ourselves an Excalibur. Almost is the keyword. Now the real question is, what the hell do we actually want to go for? I mean, we could take, by the Holy Light, look for some Prismatic Swords. Prismatic Swords is a huge win con for us for an insane amount of heals. Means we're going to find potentially some Prismatic Orbs on sale. It's actually going to be pretty decent with our Unstable Bob later, because we're going to get high value items. Holy items are pretty high value on sale that we can offer up as well. So I'm kind of down for it. It doesn't really help us out right now, but it might help us out in the future, and that's that freaking Dead Sigh. But let's go ahead and grab our Hunger Blade. Let's grab our Hunger Blade, let's roll. That's exactly what we're looking for, the Jin's Lamp to offer up. Now, I'm still going to roll down because I just want to find ourselves a lot of storage. You're going to be 2 instant luck, which I do kind of like quite a bit. You're also going to be 2 luck, so maybe you don't even want the deck of cards. Well, first of all, we're going to sell our Frame Pan. We could go from Practically Large Greatsword with our Twine as well. So I'm going to sell all these little items. Blank Arc as well, I know we could be offering it up, but I really do want the storage. And I'm going to sell our Chili Pepper to go ahead and grab this bit of storage, so we can add in an extra piggy bank, because I want to be as greedy as possible. But our Spirits are going to be in to actually give us some Vampirism stacking potentially. Also, Red Collar is going to sit in this position. It's not going to be super ideal for Nocturnal Lock Lifter, but it's still going to be okay. We still got 1 gold. That's another piggy bank on sale we could take. We could still go for potions, but I'm going to sell you to keep rolling. Now, I'm also looking at this box of riches to grab ourselves some gemstones, which could go a long way as well. Do we still want our spells called Dark Frenzy? I'm going to hold on to them. We are going to move on with this. We should be able to generate a lot of buffs. I'm going to be offering up not 65 gold worth of items. We're going to be offering up our Strong Hellbot, our Mana Orb, our Jin's Lamp, our Rupee Egg. But we should have infinite lifesteal with our whole setup right now. So honestly, yeah, it's not going to be close. Now come on, give us something awesome, amazing, potentially crazy. A freaking Hollow Fire Lizard. We could have crafted up a Ruby Chunk, Poison Spear. You've got Dragon Skin Boots to resist colds. Emerald's Whelp. Actually not bad, because it gives us 3 starting luck, which means instant lifesteal. I'm still going to take our deck of cards. It does give us an Ace of Spades if we want it. But I'm going to just roll. So we can take a freaking unstable Bob later. Let's grab our stamina stack. And I think I'm just going to continue to roll. Now we do got to take you because you're going to be lifesteal. That's just going to be too good not to take. And I'm actually going to sell our spear. I know we could be offering it up, but I kind of want to keep our weapon situation the way it is. So I'm also thinking about keeping our setup more like this. So we still get our lifesteal. We should be in a pretty good spot. With our Emerald Whelp in as well. Just to be inflicting a bit of poison, it's also going to give us lifesteal. We're kind of giving up on Smelly Wall's effect, inflicting that poison. We're going to be offering up 18 gold worth of items. I'm going to continue to roll. And I know we should be keeping piggy banks, but I'm going to sell it. Along with a red ruby to grab ourselves another stamina stack. This way we can just add in our banana for a little bit of stamina generation as well. I'm going to sell one more red ruby just to roll one more time. And a gold crown on sale we're going to take because we're just going to offer that up straight away. But it should genuinely be insane. We also have our old spear targeting our stable recombobulator. Except we do need a little bit of mana generation to actually, well, to generate up more mana for ourselves, which we don't necessarily want mana. We just want to duplicate our vampirism so we get crazy crits and just insane lifesteal. So it should be pretty decent. Our opponent does have a lot of stack of max life, but that's a big old crit. And honestly, it's just kind of smashing. Now, can we get something amazing? Hopefully awesome. Okay, Doomcap is actually pretty good because the longer the fight goes on, we just keep reducing our opponent's healing. Let's grab our Glowing Crown. Let's go ahead and grab Neku Neku. Let's just roll. And, I mean, we could go and Practically Large Greatsword. It's actually going to be crazy to craft up. Because we don't get Empower. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult to get our Practically Large Bloodthorne on main. So we're going to want to take the Strudge. We probably want to sell our Hedgehog along with our Chili Pepper. Let's go and take our Turnip. We could have actually gotten rid of our Hunger Blade. That would have been clever as well. But unfortunately, the way to craft it up is having it in this position, which means our old Spirit Companion is not going to be in the most ideal position because it really does want to sit in here. But it really does look like we're going for a Practically Large Bloodthorne. I think it is going to be awesome. Yeah, we got to go for him. So we do need to figure out how we're going to get some Empower. But let's go ahead and craft our Bloodthorne. We should have crazy crits literally already, 67%, 76%. We would definitely have more with double Hunger Blades. Our opponent does get a big old Burst Seal with Aegisl's Leaf with the Mana Orb exploding, giving them tons of heals. That's 22 points on our opponent though. They got lots of buffs as well. They're going for a huge amount of lifesteal, but they got tons and tons of power, which we're lacking quite a bit. However, it could be anyone's run. We do get a vulnerability, which does give us the advantage. I'm kind of sad to see it go, but honestly, we got ourselves a freaking Moon Armor, which is also crazy. But we're taking this in Practically Large Greatsword. We do need to figure out how the frick we're going to fit this in. Never mind, we can just fit it in like this. Getting our Practically Large Bloodthorne. Do we want to keep our Moon Armor? Because it does reflect 2 debuffs. So it's going to be our block. Gives us a bit more time. We could end up going for a big mana buff bomb. Now, we honestly want to grab some Prismatic Orbs, because Prismatic Orbs could be one way we potentially get some Empower. It's also going to give us a ton of Vampirism, giving our Practically Large Bloodthorne insane damage. We also want to offer you up too. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to sell our Hunger Blade. We don't necessarily want it as much anymore. I'm going to take our Gentle Lamp since it is on sale. And I kind of want to offer these up. Banana really does need to sit in as well, so we get some stamina. We're going to get a little bit of block with our Smelly Wall on our Moon Armor from the get-go. We don't have a Garlic Sin, which is not ideal either. But I think we're going to move on with this. This should be pretty decent. We also have our Old Spirit Companion in the spot to duplicate the buffs we get from our Stable Recombobulator, along with our Bloodthorne. So we'll see how we get on. It's a decent bit of poison on our opponents. Our Practically Large Greatsword is going to be eating up a ton of our stamina. It could slow down our whole, actually just our Bloodthorne hitting. That's exactly the weapon we want to be hitting with. But it's still going to be a ton of lifesteal. Every hit is literally going to heal us back to full, except our opponent is also doing the same. Except they have max life stacking. But can we win out? Because we do have crits, which they don't have. And you know what? These crits could give us the advantage. Hell yeah, I can. Not too bad. Now, we're definitely going to move on because we're going to get the biggest Bloodthorne on the Reaper, which is going to be amazing. And we already have 100 DPS. Being a Bloodthorne, Spikes, Poison, Emerald, Whelp, and Practical Large Greatsword doing not so much. In terms of heal, we do have 72 healing per second. And in terms of block, we managed to get about, yeah, 85 block. Maybe we want to offer that up too. Now, unfortunately, we can't see just how much it is going to be offering up, but the Moon Armor is worth quite a bit. You know what? I'm down for it. Let's just go for big old gambles today. Big old gambles, and we didn't get too much. When I say we didn't get too much, I mean we got a shovel, we got a pineapple. You potentially are going to be in power since we start off with so much luck, so I'm happy with our freaking car. I'll sell you though, because I do really want to grab ourselves this Prismatic Orb, because you're going to be a lot of Vampirism for Practical Large Bloodthorne. But we do need that in power. We do need 5 in power to make this actually pop off. Now we got 2 options with our Spirit Companion. We can have our Spirit Companion target our Prismatic Orb to get a bunch of Vampirism. We can also have it target our Practical Large Greatsword because you're going to generate up a lot of buffs for us, along with our Stability Recombobulator, along with our Carrot, and our Pineapple as well. Now we also got ourselves an Armored Power Pump, which can give us some power, but it is very, very random. I'm still going to take it though. We do want to keep it. I do want to speed up our Prismatic Orb, I was going to say. We do need to grab you. We could also grab ourselves a Ladder Boost, which has the potential to give us some power. But I'm just going to roll for now. Stacking up regen is one way we do get in power as well. But we're going to sell you. I think we're going to sell our Dark Frenzy. We could use it to speed up our Practical Large Greatsword, but I'm going to sell it because I do want to grab the storage. I'm going to grab the storage so we can add in our deck of cards. I'm going to offer this up too. That's 10 gold. It's not exactly what we want, but we do need a regen in as well. So we can almost instant activate our Heart Container. I'm going to be down to take it. If anything, we can offer it up with the Unstable Recombobulator. But let's get going. Let's go and see if this is really going to be good enough. It's going to be dealing 67 damage. We do get 8 regen off the rip. We have quite a bit of lifesteal. We should be able to deal massive damage. And I would love... That's a 248 crit. Smashing. We did end up getting 5 in power, which is kind of amazing. Now, I just want to have a quick look at how we actually got this in power. It was our Stability Recombobulator, which is random. Prismatic Orb, which is... We're going to get 1 after about 5 seconds, 6 seconds. Carrots, we have the potential to get 1, and again, a Power Pump is random. So we actually got a bit lucky getting her in power. What do we get? Okay, Hyper Hedgehog. Okay, this could actually be insane for us. Now, you do get crits and lifesteal from this, but you don't get lifesteal from a Nocturnal Lock Lifter, which is honestly a bit unfortunate. I'd love to get lifesteal on it. That's for sure. But we do actually have a crazy shot right now. Being our Holy Armor with our Heart Container, we could actually stack up a lot of regen with our Holy Armor to activate our Heart Container to actually just have regen for our Practical Large Greatsword. I'm going to have to take it. Let's take our Heart Container. We also make sure we put in or buy the Holy Light so we can get some more Holy items on sale. And what a freaking shop. We do need a storage. And we don't exactly need Smelly Wall as much anymore. We're still going to get blocked with our Holy Armor. But we do need to figure out how we're going to set up our whole situation. The problem I'm having right now is our Stability Recombobulator is getting pretty difficult to actually offer up items. Prismatic Orb sitting in this spot is not terribly bad. We still get our lifesteal, this should be incredibly awesome for us. I'm also contemplating actually just putting our holy items beside our Prismatic Orb. That way you can increase your healing efficiency even more to get tons and tons of lifesteal. But this should be instant 2 in power. We just want to find ourselves more Heart Containers. Doom Cap we might not want in as much anymore. I know it does reduce opponent's healing, but I'm not sure if we do want it. Now we could also place this in our backpack to duplicate our buffs because you're going to be going pretty slow anyways. So I'm going to sell a garlic. We're going to sell a piggy bank. And I do want to take our glowing crown because you're going to be another holy item. It does give us invulnerability. And I honestly kind of do not want to offer it up. Because we can just place that in. And I'm happy enough with this. Yeah, I'm just going to move on with this. We're not going to offer up anything this round. We should be offering up one little item every single rounds. But I mean, this should be genuinely smashed. We are going to begin a Molten Greatsword with a Burning Blade. They're going to be doing lots of damage, but we also answer back with our own damage. And amazing. Now this time, our Hyper Hedgehog did give us Empower once we dropped below 7% HP. So getting Hyper Hedgehog was insane value. Our card managed to give us 2 and our Heart Container managed to give us 2. So between our Hyper Hedgehog and our Heart Container, we can actually guarantee 5 Empower. Which is kind of amazing. Now we probably want to grab our Wolpertinger. We just want to roll. Let's grab this too. Let's keep going. And this is exactly the items we're looking for. Prismatic Sword we could end up switching to, but I mean, what's the point in switching from Practically Large Greatsword? I'm just going to sell Wolpertinger to actually just take our Prismatic Orb. Now, I did move our setup around so we can have as much holy items around our holy armor as possible. So we just get a ton of regen for souls. We still get quite a bit of value on a Nocturnal Lock Lifter. And we are losing potentially a lot of lifesteal on the other side of this, but I think it's still going to be okay. I do want to continue to roll though. And we could take the Fool. This actually gives us Empower. Hell yeah, I'm going to be taking it. The problem is, I did like having our Doom Cap in this position, which is not as great as I'd like it to be. Do we want to sell our Doom Cap? As much as I'd hate selling it, I think I'm going to be down for it. It just gives us a ton more storage that we can offer up our Garlics. Just offering up a Garlic, maybe not the best, but I mean our setup is pretty darn smashing and we should be able to get Empower. I'm still going to roll though. I mean, we could sell this Garlic to go ahead and grab you too. And literally just offer you up as well. We're going to use our Elsprit Companion to duplicate the buffs we do get for Prismatic Orb along with our Stability Bob Blade. It's not going to be targeting our Greatsword. Unless we want to go something like this, which I'm actually down for. Because duplicating the buffs from Practically Large Greatsword is going to be super high value. Duplicating our Empower is going to be pretty good. We don't get our buffs from Prismatic Orbs, but I still think this is going to be a little bit better for us. And we should be able to start off with 6. We should be able to start off with 8 regen from our Holy Armor. With another 4. Which is going to be 12 regen. Activating our Heart Container instantly gives us max life. Gives us our Empower. With a Fool card, that's going to be 3 Empower from the Rip. And we are going to get Invulnerability from the Rip as well with Argalon Crown, since we do start off with 12 mana between both our Prismatic Orbs. So yeah, it should be amazing. Let's go ahead and move on. We'll see how we get on. Now we are facing a pretty smashing Steel Goobert with Heart Shields. Now they did steal our Empower. That's one way we can actually lose if they take our Empower. And they're taking pretty much all of it. But that's 260 crit with Practically Large Bloodthorne. Again, all our Empower is gone. We got a lot of spikes, we got lots of Vampirism. It's just a Practically Large Greatsword is going to be taking his time actually hitting our opponents. But that was a 370 crit. Holy moly. That was kind of nuts. What are we going to get? Okay, Break-In Snowmaster. So it is going to be inflicting cold. It's not going to be too insane for us because we're not going to be inflicting that much cold. We could just grab the Toad. The Toad will stack up some luck for us guaranteed. I do like quite a bit. Let's take it. Let's just roll. Let's go ahead and grab a small bit of storage. And I'm looking at Maneki Neku because that would speed up our Practically Large Bloodthorne as well. It's also a holy item giving us our regen too. I mean, beside our By the Holy Light, it's exactly what we want. However, what is also a holy item is actually this eye lamp. Thanks to our By the Holy Light, so we're going to get some more regen from this. It's going to be incredibly fantastic for us. We still need our Banana in, we still need our luck. We're losing out on regen, we're losing out on our Smelly Wall. But should we offer for Snowmaster? Honestly, I definitely think so. It's worth 9 gold. Let's just continue to roll. And we could have went for another 1k Snowman. Demonic Flask not too interested in. I think we're going to move on now. This is our final run to craft. But I think this is going to be pretty decent for us. Just want to find ourselves one more Heart Container just so we can get our Empower. And we should have actually went for Heart of Darkness. That way we start off with 4 Empower. Yeah, that would be a lot more Empower for us. Making it a little bit easier for our Practically Large Bloodthorne to get online. And yeah, it's not going to be close. It's definitely not going to be close. What do we get? Okay, Strong Stones can pop. It's a little bit mad. Let's roll. And that's literally our second Heart Container. So between our cards and our Heart Containers, we should be able to instantly activate and Practically Large Bloodthorne. The problem is we need insane regen. So I'm going to take this, I'm going to roll. We got to take our storage. And I think we're going to sell our pineapple. As much as I love spike stacking. I'm also going to sell our strong stone skip pot because we're going to need more regen. We still need our luck in to get our lifesteal from a red color. And yeah, I'm going to keep rolling. You're going to be more regen for us. I'm going to have to take you. So literally with our holy armor, we should have 14 regen by itself. 14 regen to activate both our heart containers to give us our empower. We flip our card over, we get empower. So we should have 5 empower. It should be genuinely awesome. Now, the gloves, we're going to sell. We're going to sell to roll. We do kind of need our banana in for our stamina because our stamina is going to be a bit of an issue. Do we want to get rid of our power pop? I know you give us a random empower, regen, and luck, which does help us out quite a bit as well. So do we take out our initial luck? Since you're going to start off with 5 luck anyway, it should be 15% lifesteal. So we're going to lose out on 2 luck by taking this out. Which is going to be another 6% lifesteal on our weapon situation. It's going to be really, really awesome. But for the sake of getting our Practically Large Bloodthorne online and keep our stamina up, I think our banana is still going to be super high value for us. And we could have also crafted our heart shields. That would have been smashing too, but let's sell it just to keep rolling. So we have the potential to get some luck stacking with our power pub. We're going to have luck stacking with our toad as well. It does stack up mana as well, so we can get invulnerability, except yeah, we're going to get invulnerability with our prismatic orbs. But yeah, this is going to be a fun setup. From a Smelly wall type build to completely ignoring it, thanks to our Stable Recombobulator, to actually grabbing ourselves by the Holy Light to try and get some more items for our Stable Recombobulator. Now later rounds we didn't use it as much as I like to. That's where I kind of fall off with this. It did give us insane value early on though for those big gambles. And it did kind of pay off, especially going for Practically Large Bloodthorne. Now maybe we actually want to duplicate our Element of Energy refilling our buffs. Given our regen, yeah, that's going to be a little bit more clever than using our Stable Recombobulator. To be honest. Realistically, we could also do this instead of getting a power from our card too, because it's going to give us a bunch of buffs every 2.5 seconds. But you have the potential to give us empower every 2.5 seconds. So maybe we still want to keep this. But let's sell you just to keep rolling. And let's sell you to roll one more time. We're getting rid of our regen, and we're going to get rid of our lucky pig because we're not going to add it in. And that's another heart container. But again, this is going to be a final setup. We should be able to duplicate the regen we do refund with our heart containers, along with our Practically Large Bloodthorne, so we should be able to get this online. Once we have it online, it's going to be straight up crazy nuts. But let's go and see if it's going to be good enough. Are we going to be able to win out? Because we are facing Burning Dragons, Burning Blade Dragons. But we do get a vulnerability for the first few seconds of the fight. Just popping off our card, we have our Practically Large Bloodthorne online. They do have lots of healing reduction. But with our red rubies in our armor along with our prismatic orb, we actually have pretty much 0% healing increase or reductions. And that's a 280 crit, 8 crit. We get invulnerability again. And I mean, we do make our opponent resurrect with that Phoenix. So they do lose a lot of their heats. They do refund some of it, but that's a massive damage. And we actually end up with 153 DPS being a Practically Large Bloodthorne, Spikes, Emerald Whelp, not looking too bad. And in terms of heals, we managed to get about 142 healing per second. So our build's definitely crazy, especially with that red collar, along with a Practically Large Bloodthorne but Nocturnal Lock Lifter. But honestly, super fun combo I did want to try out, and this is the first time I actually ever got on the Reaper. In terms of block, we managed to get 145 block, inflicting crazy poison with our Smelly Wall, not exactly. However, we did survive 4 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we managed to get. Plus 12, rank us up quite a bit once again. But I am going to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even subscribing. And I hope to keep looking for the next one. I'll see you next time. Okay, we're back in some round 18 fights, and we're going to see how this Practically Large Bloodthorne deals with some other builds. So that's going to be a lot of blind on us. We should be able to stack up our accuracy with our luck, and we should be able to deal some big damage, and it's not going to be close. And can we take on this cold stacking builds? With Frostbite, Snow Sticks, Moon Armor. They got Crazy, Skull's Blessing, Purity. They cleanse all the cold they do inflict on themselves. Now, if they had cold mirrors, they could be reflecting a lot of the colds, but it's still not enough cold to stop us. And finally, can we take on this Berserker build? This crazy meta Berserker build, I see it literally everywhere. They're going to be stacking lots of max life. They do resist some crits, but we have the potential to one-shot them. when I say one shot, I mean 3 shot.